Hello, welcome back to the Makeso channel. Merry Christmas, it's the end of the year, and today we wanted to share with you a how we make it video. So our coasters have been very popular, and we are just releasing now our new Chinese New Year, Year of the Tiger coasters, which right here. We put a new gold backing on the back this time, so these are really fresh and for the new year, and we're really excited about it. So if you're interested in seeing how we exactly make these or what is the quality that goes into it, and if you're interested in them, please stay tuned and we'll come right back. Okay, we're going to get started with step one. And step one is to start with a good quality material. That's probably step one in any product that you're ever going to make. If you don't have quality materials, you're probably not going to end up with a good quality product. For my crafters that's on this channel, that's probably a good message to you. Because I see a lot in the crafting groups where people are always talking about the Dollar Tree and the cheapest place to get things. I think that's okay in a very, very small dose, but you really got to lose that mentality, because you really got to look at what is the quality of my material. Now, quality doesn't always mean that you're spending the most money to get the best quality, but quality does mean that you're taking the time to check out what it is, what it does, what you want out of that material, and that you're getting that out of that material. It's very important. For my crafters, if you ever join a group of woodworkers or something like that, you will never hear them say, hey, I got this tool at the Dollar Tree, or I got this piece of wood that I found on the ground. Some people do reclaimed wood projects, which is fine, but those guys are always looking for the best quality, because starting with good quality is hugely important. Okay, so lecture done with that. So we start with a good quality piece of cast, as you can see here on the side, cast acrylic. Cast acrylic is done in a way so that it gives superior quality, great cutting edges. It's the perfect thing to work with. Not all acrylic is made the same. This is a good quality one that we get here, and we've been sticking with it because it is good stuff. So we've got our quality piece of acrylic. It's a one big sheet here, and we need to get our coasters cut out of that. One of the things we've perfected over the years of making our coasters is getting a good cut out of this material. And so, like I said, you start with good material, but you also need to practice, and then you're going to develop a process, and then you need to stick to that process once you find what works. And so what works for us is to take, this has a protective covering on both sides, and we take the protective covering off the front of the glass so that the beam can cut directly into the clear acrylic, but we leave the covering on the back so that when it exits the acrylic, it has a buffer to cut around when it cuts outside the acrylic. So it's a little bit technical, but that's how we do it. And so I'm going to peel the protective cover off the front of this whole sheet to reveal the front side of the cast acrylic. And that's it there. We leave the back on so it looks like this. And we're going to take this over to the laser and get it ready to cut. I wanted to give you guys a full look at our Helix Epilogue laser. Here, it's a 24-inch by 18-inch bed laser, CO2 right there. And so this is our laser station. We got the pew because we're cutting lasers. We're using lasers, which is always really cool. And so I'm going to set this over here so you can see as we're setting up here. So we set up into our laser. First thing we have to do is, of course, we cut it on. So I will get in here and cut it on. Open up our glass. As you see here, this is the cutting bed with the vector grids on it. That allows the beam to go through all the way, like we talked about earlier, hence the paper in the back, because the beam will actually cut through. We're going to take our cast piece of acrylic that we just used, and we're going to just lay it slightly in the bed. And then we need to do what's called focusing the laser. So we will bring it over here. We use this little tool here, which gives us the exact point where the laser is going to focus into the beam, where it's the highest energy of the beam. And we're going to actually focus it into the material a little bit, because we're going to use a little technique that we use to really get our clear glass edges, and that it requires us for focusing the beam into the material a little bit. Of course, like we said, we've learned this over years and years of using this laser and using lasers, and it really just takes practice to be able to do something of that nature. So once it's focused in there like that, we're going to close the lid down. We're going to go ahead and send the file over here to the laser. Okay, so we finished the fresh cut. And here we'll show you them coming fresh off the block. You just pull them out from here. They shake pretty much straight out of their cutout that they have here. And we're going to just grab one here and show you the quality of that cut that comes off. And let me get here so you can see it a little bit better, if I can zoom into there. But that's the quality that comes off of there, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful cut that comes off of there that gives you those glass edges, but it's not done yet. It's gonna get some polishing and cleaning that goes on through the process, but it starts in a really good point there. And now we're gonna take you over to the UV printer. So we've got all our coasters ready to go. We're only going to use 4 of them, but I love to give this shot right here. That's the sides of it where we did the cuts, so you can see how beautiful it's cut through there. From here, we're going to take the backing off now. We're going to clean it. That's what you see the rag there for. We clean each one of the blocks with IPA or isopropyl alcohol, and then we put a secret adhesion solution on it. I call it a secret because we don't know what's in it. We get it from our manufacturer of our UV printer, and we don't know exactly what's in it. So it's a secret to you, and it is a secret to me. So from here, I will go ahead and we're going to introduce you to our UV printer. Okay, this is the big boy. It is our ArtistJet UV printer. As you can see here on the side, this is the inks. It's a CKYM with white ink printer. It is a large piece of equipment. As I said at the beginning, this is not really craft stuff. This is industrial manufacturing. And so this was a bit of an investment, but it was a nice investment. It's hard to get this thing to act right. But when it does act right, it's an actual beautiful piece of equipment. You see here, it goes deep, so we could print up to a suitcase in here. But for today, we're showing you how we do our coasters, and I have my template printed here for a set of coasters because we try to do our coasters as per order because they're pretty specialized. And we're gonna go ahead and just load those into the places where they go, and then we're gonna tell you how the printer goes and prints. Okay, our cast acrylic is cleaned and solution applied. We let it dry and we put it in its places where it's going to print at. The UV print head is here. And basically, like, we won't go into deep what this does, but this thing is also cool as well. Basically, if you use the pigmented resin that is cured with a light in an inkjet printer, that's what this does. And so it's gonna spray the ink out of this print head here. What you see on the front, that square piece, is the lamp. As it sprays the ink down onto our acrylic UV, it will come back behind it and actually cure it with the UV light. The great thing about this is that since it's cured with UV light, these colors are forever. They will never fade. You can have them in the sunlight. In fact, the sunlight makes it cure better. So they're non-fading, never discoloring. It's a very beautiful process that it goes through. We use this process on a lot of our products, especially our photo-based products like our photo sales and some what we have are frameless photos that we do. We love this process, but now I'm gonna let you see the printer at work because that's what you came here to see how it's made. And we'll fast time through the video while you can watch it UV print. Okay, it's done with its printing. We can show you the first coaster coming off there. The second one coming off. And the third and the fourth. So we're not done yet. We're getting close, but we're going to take you to the cleanup and polish of these. Here we have our 4 coasters printed out and ready to go, but as you probably noticed in the fast time video, that it's a bit of overspray that goes over top of this when it's putting the opaque white on the back, because it does a color print and then the opaque white on the back. So at this point, it gets just a very little thin layer of the UV print on the edges of the coasters. What we're going to do is now we're going to use something a little bit more heavier. So I'm going to use the gloves here. We're going to use an acetone, and this is going to take that layer straight off the edges to clean up the edges, but it's also going to additionally polish the edges, bringing it to its final polished edge. And so I'm going to slap on the gloves and we'll show you a little bit of polishing, but I don't think you need to see too much of the polishing. Okay, so we let our coasters vent off from the acetone upside down because acetone is some serious stuff and you don't want to get it trapped underneath there because it will take the print off the back. But once we let it dry, here we want to show you, we almost are finished. We've got our coasters here almost ready, and you can see our edges now have hit their peak. They're beautiful edge coasters. And the reason we're so particular about the edge of these coasters is because that's what gives you the dimensional look that you get from these coasters. The real glass, thick cast acrylic gives you the dimensional look. So the only thing left to do is to finish these off with our not patented, but our unique crushed velvet backing with our branding on it. We'll show you how we get our backings on from there, and these coasters will be ready to go. We're back at the laser, and this is our velvet backing. As you see, we're using a golden yellow for this coaster, our New Year's coaster, which is a new thing for us. We think it's going to look beautiful. But it's a premium velvet backing that we have on here, and we are going to etch and cut these right to size. And then from there, we have our wonderful back placer put it on, and we'll show you how she puts the backs on. We're here with the lovely Cheryl, and she is putting our new gold on the back, which goes on with 3M adhesive spray. And then the laser cut cloth carefully goes on. She has an eye and a knack for this, and this is why she does it exclusively and not me, because I messed them up. And there is one.
And then we have to wait for it to kind of dry, and then I will clean the edges.
All right, so we'll wait for it to dry and then we'll take a look at it at the end. Okay, so now we have the finished product. I got it here in the light box so you can see it very well. I've to the coasters there, and you can see the quality and the edge and why we love these coasters. We love making them and they come out great. We were happy that we could share the process with you. You want to see the back with the beautiful yellow or gold on there now. Each one of our coasters that come with the back crushed velvet has our trademark logo etched right into it, so you know it's from us and you know the quality on the back of it. And these things are just absolutely gorgeous. They are our year of the tiger coasters. Not very traditional, but we think they're stunning and beautiful. They come in a set of 4, and we are excited to get these up on our Etsy site. They are up there right now that you can purchase them and have them for yourself now. And we were glad to share this kind of demonstration of how it's made with you. So if you like this and you want more, just let us know. I'm glad we shared our products and our equipment with you. If you have any ideals for our equipment or ideals for any coasters you'd like to see, please share it in the comments below. We'll get in touch with you and see if we can make it happen. But thank you so much for watching this how it's made kind of video, and we'll see you on the next one.